Gotta stare at that dot right there. Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I've been working on a new build that I thought I'd share with you. It's the new Injora IR60 1/10 scale body. It's almost the exact same as their 24th and 18th scale body, just in a new 1/10 version. I thought I'd kind of go over it with you and share my experience with it, and then kind of give you an update on what it's on, the platform. And so yeah, this is their new body. It's a hard plastic body, and it basically comes in a kit. You do have to do assembly. It's a great looking body, and look, you guys are gonna be proud. I have guys. That's only the second car I have has guys in it, but yeah, really cool build. Went together really well. Everything fit perfectly. All the parts where you put your screws in lined up just right. Didn't have any issues at all. To install the glass, so this glass piece is a solid piece that just fits inside the cab itself. So on that portion there's two pieces here in the front that you'll have to screw in yourself. You have to drill the holes. So you just want to be careful about getting all that lined up. And then the body, or I'm sorry, the interior mounts in the same locations as the glass. So basically you just get all that lined up, get your holes lined up, and it has pieces in the body itself that they'll screw into. Basically when you get it, it comes in a box. The cage, the rear roll cage, and all the pieces and parts of it you assemble first. And so you can just run the cage, so the body attaches, the body panels on the rear end here attached to the cage itself, so you don't have to run the side pieces if you don't want to, but I thought it was pretty good looking, so thought I would. So yeah, really nice little kit. It comes with two different mounts. This piece here, it has two different versions. It has a version for the Injora LCG carbon chassis that you can buy, and then it also comes with a piece for the SCX10 PRO. And I've heard other people say that they've had some issues, not with this piece in the back, but in the front. Basically it replaces this piece here, and you reuse the piece that comes with the kit, and then it has a part that comes up that attaches to your magnetic mounts right here on the body. And I've heard some people say they've had a little bit of issues trying to get those to the right height and then aligned. But I didn't use it. I'm actually going to use a different mounting piece that goes in the front. I'm going to use magnetic mounts that attach to the original body mounts, and I'll use it for the front. But what I found, so I put my body on my SCX10 PRO, and I noticed that here in the front on this bumper, if you can see in there, it has these little tabs that are behind this bumper where the winch mounts, and they fit just perfectly into these two pieces right here. So I've just been using that, and it's worked fine, and locks in place, and haven't had any problems with it coming off. But yeah, great looking body, solid. Really like the paint job. It comes in a few different colors. I think there's a gray, a blue, a silver, the orange or copper, white, I think. But yeah, a lot of different color options for you guys. It comes with these that are rubber, so you don't have to worry about those breaking or anything. And then the same thing with the windshield wipers, they're rubber as well. Yeah, great little kit, really nice look to it. So while I'm at it, I'll kind of go over. So you guys probably noticed I changed the axles out. So I ended up doing the Dana 44s that I had on the other rigs that I've shared on the Pro here. I just like them a lot better. It's more solid. I had problems with the pieces, like your lower links and different parts that on the 10 Pro, they come in multiple parts, right? So I kept having problems with those coming loose, and my front axle would twist. So I just decided that I would put a set of these on here. They've been really good axles on my other rigs. So yeah, and then I had mentioned in my last video on my custom build that I had flipped my links around backwards. I did the same thing on these. I'm noticing that I don't get hung up near as much on when I'm going over those 90-degree ledges. Yeah, so they keeps these mounts right here, your end links, it keeps them flush with the bottom. And if you bless my neighbor, and if you notice, they're real flush with the bottom here. And yeah, so they don't get hung up here like they usually do. And if you notice, it almost runs the angle of the rear drive shaft. And actually, when these are flipped around the normal way, my drive shaft's exposed here, and with it like this, my drive shaft's covered. So yeah, it's kind of becoming a thing. I've flipped them on almost every rig I have at this point, and it works really well. One thing that I had to do on this one in particular was I had to use a little shorter front lower links, and I think they were just shy of, say, a 1/4 inch shorter, so 3/16, something like that. I just looked for some that I thought would fit, because what I was noticing is that if you notice, the front tire is a little bit forward anyway. It's not exactly centered in the fender well. So it was a little bit further forward with the other links, so I just moved it back. And then when I did that, I added this, if you could see it in there, this upper link. If you notice, it's a bent link. And the reason I did that is that the mount for the motor mount right here drops down. So I just wanted to make sure I had good clearance getting around that. And yeah, worked great. And it was the right length. So yeah, it's worked out great. I think I've gone over this before, but one thing that I did do was I switched radios. Since I'm filming most of the time with one hand and driving with the other, I switched over to this little MEUS. It's the ME-10B. It's a 10-channel radio. And if you notice, it's got the little thumb tab here. And it's super easy to use with one hand. So great radio, super light. The only thing I wish it had a base on it so you could sit it down, but you know, who cares? It's light, don't have to worry about, you know, fatigue or anything like that, because this arm gets tired from carrying the camera around, you know. But anyway, great little radio. And something else I thought I'd share with you guys, I've been doing these different builds, and I haven't been the biggest fan of stainless screws, but one thing I do like is I like the larger, I guess it would be the larger diameter Allen wrench key that you get when on Vanquish than the smaller ones. So I ordered this kit, and this is actually 2 kits I've put into one, just to keep them all. But I like this size head. It just, I don't have them strip out as bad, and I don't have to worry about trying to get them out. I've had a lot of the other smaller ones with the button head that have kind of, they strip out easy, seems like, especially in plastic. So I ordered these off Amazon. They're a really good kit, really good screws. They're good quality. I haven't had any issues with them stripping, and they come in all of the right sizes. I did my research and looked up what Vanquish uses on most of their rigs, and most of my rigs are, but you know, they're kind of cross compatible between the Axials and others. So yeah, this company right here, 720 pieces. I think they're $8, something like that. Comes with nuts, washers, lock washers, and then all your different sizes. And they actually come with big enough, long enough pieces for your links on your skid plate. So yeah, cool kit. You might check them out if you're looking to maybe upgrade, or if you have had the same problem I've had with your screw stripping, and because you mess with your you know, rigs way too much. That's kind of my problem. I like messing with things and pulling things and trying this and trying that. So anyway, kind of helped eliminate that. One other thing I want to share with you guys. So I'd mentioned in the video before when I did the overview on the Pro that the front drive shaft is pretty short, and it's when I changed out these front links, it made it even shorter. So the drive shaft, I'm not sure if it's just the angle that causes it, but what happens is that even reduced to the smallest length, you can't get it to mount properly. So what I ended up doing, because it's the right size length overall, right? Because you still have to have, you know, the amount of movement that you need for flex when it flexes down. So what I ended up doing is that if I had it together, it was the right length, right? The problem was that I couldn't get it over the pieces where it mounts in that length. So what I did was I took one exactly like this one, and I trimmed it off about that much. And I still have plenty of length inside. But what it did was it gave me enough room to get my pieces on so I could mount them. And then it also left me with plenty of room for, you know, extension when my suspension dropped. So just a little tip there. These Injora drives, you can't beat them for the money. I think they're $8 a piece, $7.99, something like that. Had great luck with them. They're strong, work really well. And I use a little bit of dry lube in them. But yeah, anyway, just a tip there. But yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been able to get as many videos out lately. This is my busiest season, and we're just kind of kicked off with work, and yeah, it's been just swamped with that. So I apologize for that, but I'll try and keep getting videos out for you guys. I'm going to try and get out and get a running video of this little rig here for you guys pretty soon, and then I'll also do some updates on the Vanquish custom build that I shared with you guys as well. I've made a few changes to it and updated a few parts, and yeah, and it's kind of turned into a little monster. It's a pretty good rig. But anyway, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.